And we're live on Billy Goat Tales. Welcome everyone to Billy Goat Tales Bloopers, Sunday Bloopers. We're here with Redman, Jimmy Jim, the Biomex, and Crypto Pollo. Hopefully Dave Digital will join us, is what we're hoping for. He's having some connection issues. And what do we do here? We just openly talk about our project. We talk about the market. We talk about all kinds of things that comes out of our brain through our mouths into your living room. So just an open stream, open feed. We're really trying to sort this out so that we can begin doing our standard live stream. So what's going on, guys?
What's up?
What's up?
Clucking along.
Howdy, howdy. Welcome, Mark Dutch, Andrea. Good to see y'all.
Andrea, the female.
She's our mom. She better be. Or not Alexandra, Andrea.
Yeah, Andrea.
Andy.
Andrea.
No, she said she was going to talk. So let's get her up here. Let's get her up on stage. Let's have her tell us what she wants to talk about.
Yeah, well,
she's going to stay in the comments.
She's open. She's open to do that. Here, you want me to post the link in the,
yeah, post it. Let's see if she comes
I'll
on.
post it.
Which wife is in here? Hey, hola, which wife?
Wifey, good to see you, wifey.
Let's get someone in here.
There you go. So there's our link. If you have a camera and you have a microphone, come on in. Let's chit chat. There, I posted it.
There you go.
You can be on TV. You can be on TV. So let me open something up here and see if I can share my screen. Present, share screen. And we will go to one of the things we were talking about behind the scenes that Pollo was talking about was this Google Trends. And if you're not using Google Trends, it's a great way to check out what is trending, and you can use it by you can determine where you want to query. You can go by country. Of course, I have the United States up here. You can do the past 7 days, 4 hours, 24 hours, 48 hours, the trend type, and by relevance. So I have it set right here on significant and recent trends, but I have it on 7 days. Now, this is a football day. So if you go 4 hours, I'm sure you're going to see a lot of football trending on Google right now. So why is this important? Well, when you start seeing Bitcoin or crypto in the top 10 trending, you can have a good indication that that is a good sign of the bull run and a good sign for Bitcoin. Typically, when it ramps up like that, it's going to start increasing and get into, the top 10. So it's one of the things. It's just another way to have confluence that is not trading confluence, but it will help you know kind of where we're at in the marketplace. So that's really, really helpful. Has Pollo, you said you started looking at that recently?
Yeah, I was looking at it. I really wanted to see. I started looking at it more for alts, just to see, if the alts were waking up. That's why I was keeping my eye out on the comparison to BTC and the ETH market cap. And if you look at the monthly on Coin Market Cap, ETH actually performing better for the first time this year on the month. So that's giving us, I don't know if we're there yet, but we are starting to see the signs. So, if we keep on seeing that movement, we're going to, probably see a little wake up from the altcoins. And I think that, I'm not a gamer, but I am heavily involved in game like esports stadiums, and I even hear the esports guys who, that they play more of the collegiate type style games have mentioned off the grid. So I think that this is kind of going to make the big difference to wake up the crypto gaming world. I mean, we all have seen off the grid comes out, Axie Infinities, the oldies but goodies, the Manas, the Sands. We can pull up a chart on any of them, and you can see the performance that there's putting in. And then Ape, that one just exploded, but I know it's because of Ape Fest. But yeah, we're starting to see a little wake up in the gaming narrative, and I think that this off the grid game is gonna kind of be the catalyst. You're starting to see on the Twitch world, big streamers on the Twitch world, talking good things and playing it. So, it's going to be a wait and see, but we're close. We're very close.
Yeah, I agree. And another great website that you guys could go to is DeFi Llama. So what's really cool about this site is it kind of shows you the breakdown of total value lock. You can really from this site do some serious deep dives and analysis to help you figure out what's moving and what's shaking. So I wanted just to give you that website, DeFi Llama. Go in there and play with it. Check it out. It's very interesting. A lot of good analysis. And of course, you brought up Coin Market Cap as well, Poyo. And I'm gonna. You said Coin Market Cap or Coin Telegraph? Coin Market Cap, right?
No, Coin Market Cap or Coin Gecko. Kind of potatoes, right? So
let's try Coin Gecko.
Yeah, we can do Coin Gecko, and they'll have the market caps there.
Yeah, we can do Coin Gecko. So one of the things we're learning behind the scenes on this is when you're sharing a screen, at least with our StreamYard program, when you're sharing a screen, apparently, Jimmy, unless you know something I don't, you can only share the one slide that you have up. So that's interesting. We see Dave Digital. He's trying. We see him down there trying to come up. We'll get you, Dave. We'll get you.
Andrea's in here now. Bring her up.
Working on it.
Yeah,
Working on
boom.
it.
There she is.
Andy, you made it.
Good to see you.
Good to see you all. Is everybody bullish?
I'm trying to bring you up.
Sideways-ish. I am sideways.
I'm bullish till November 1st.
So when?
November 1st.
Oh, okay. I give it a few more months.
That's when the unemployment rate comes out.
Okay. All right.
I have a feeling it's not going to be good.
No? Why?
We'll see what happens. Well,
Why don't you think it's going to be good?
this economy is not as great.
Have
as
you
everybody-
seen who's president?
Well, and also, I don't know if you guys knew, but there was a mistake. There was a mistake on the last unemployment rate, and they doubled the amount of government jobs, and that will be corrected on the next one. So because of the teachers and summer and stuff like that, so yeah, it's gonna be
We're getting
a lot lower. So because of the teachers and summer and stuff like that, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's getting scary out there.
Oh, it's getting exciting.
Funny enough, I think that there is. I just think people's mindset of working and careers and stuff has changed.
Like how?
I think a lot of people don't want to take a lot of like the jobs that like the younger generation would take. Like the retail, the fast food joints and stuff like that. trying to do like, Ubers and stuff like that. So, and the age of students of children leaving their house has gone up considerably. So that's something
Hey, you know
to
what,
take a look at.
Pollo, I got something for you real quick. So I got an email this morning from Benjamin Cowan. We all know who Ben Cowan is. The only reason why I made the unemployment rate was because of his email that I got, and it says so key factors influencing Bitcoin's future movements include unemployment rate, and that's the November 1st report is crucial, and it's crucial because in March, when the unemployment rate was at its short-term low, Bitcoin found a top, and then since then the unemployment rate rose about 0.1% monthly. Bitcoin kept getting rejected at lower highs. So, I mean, we could get like a short-term pause in price action to the upside. And it says right here, it says gold prices. When gold broke out in March, it marked a mid-cycle top for Bitcoin, similar to the 2019 cycle. Both rallies were around 350% for Bitcoin. It says, and then he talks about USDT dominance. Represents the proportion of total cryptocurrency market capitalization that is made up of Tether, a stable coin pegged to the US dollar. Every time Bitcoin's price has touched the USDT dominance trend line, it has resulted in a larger correction for Bitcoin. It's currently holding a lower time frame trend line since being tagged in March. It says initial jobless claims, recent increases such as in North Carolina, it went from 0.03% to 0.11% of the population due to Hurricane Helene. And this could signal rising unemployment. So those unemployment numbers are going to play a huge factor here November 1st. And I think we will see a dip because there is a lot less jobs out there. So just something to think about.
No, I mean, it's definitely something to think about. And I never even looked at the correlation of how Bitcoin reacts whenever the job numbers. I haven't done the just charted that. So I'm definitely going to be taking a look at that for sure.
Yeah. So, Andy, so when you don't have headphones on, we can hear the feedback. So here, do this, and we're learning this stuff too. So when you're listening to someone talk, mute your mic. Like I can mute it there. And then it doesn't give us feedback. But then when you're ready to talk, just unmute it. Can you see that little? Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go. And that just helps.
So I got my computer,
Yep.
but I'm on my phone. I don't know which one I'm talking to right now.
Well, we're seeing you from the phone.
All right.
So yeah.
Let me mute. Got it.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah, we're all learning. We're all learning too. Piper says the next annual revision is February 25th. Last one we had cut over what is it? 800 jobs in the revision. I see an 800L. I don't know if that was 800 with an exclamation. I need my spectacles, Piper. What's going on, Dutchie? Good to see you.
It's probably
Yeah,
supposed to be a K, 800,000 more than likely.
Gotcha.
He's walking the dog, so he probably missed the K and hit L.
Oh, I thought that was wifey that's going to be walking the dog, heading out to walk the dog too. Oh, too. So both of you guys are walking the dog. Jimmy, they're walking the dog. That means something different to them than it does us, I guess. Mark, good to see you, brother.
5%, 800,000.
Yeah, I see that now, brother. Let me see if I can. I'm going to just copy this link, throw it back in the chat. Let's see if Piper wants to jump in. We're just, there you go. Boom. There's the link.
Run, Piper.
Yeah, that is it's a big amount.
Yeah. I wish Dave was able to get up. We had some really good conversation before we went live that he probably didn't participate in because of his camera issues. So we're going to get him fixed up with a new machine. So Andy, how's the weather over there where you're at?
Look at
It's nice and
Saint,
cool.
It's actually beautiful. We just took the dogs to this like outside bar, had some French onion soup and apple dumplings. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah. It's time to touch grass, relax, and I don't know, just keep hodling. We got a couple more months yet. We got some time. But what do you guys think about that ape up over 100%?
Ape Fest. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, you have some very big
35%.
whales. Yeah. You have some very big whales in the
on a
in
4-hour wick. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Billy, I have a question. Do you know what the news was? Because I tried looking. I couldn't find any news that was it just 8 Fest or was it something that was said at 8 Fest? Does anybody know?
I don't know, but I will speculate. Like we've been to these conferences, and I would say that probably, and it's just total speculation. I have no inside information on this, but I would say that you have some big whales in that group, and I would say that they talked about their tokenomics, they talked about their coin, and that hype of that. They probably all went in and started buying even more, and the buying pressure would probably be enough to move it because it was down there pretty low. Plus, if they launched whatever new iteration or version, what they have coming up, and they launched that and discussed it with the group, and it was just killer, right? It was just wow. Everybody got FOMO. Everybody got excited and started buying. Now that is 100% speculation. I really don't know. I have been following Ernest, Decrypted Tax, Ernest, our tax guy. So I've been following him since he's big in the apes, and haven't seen any real alpha that I could say or point to and say that this is what it is. But something's going on for sure. I wish you'd give us a heads up.
Yeah, right. You know, do you remember when 8 first got launched on Coinbase? It came out like I think like at 90 cents, and just went like, yeah, I think it was in 20 days went to $20. And
Yeah,
I remember because I got liquidated, so I got tape teleported and got instantaneously liquidated trying to short it, man. I remember that. So yeah, man. I mean, that boy, when it moves violently. It moves very violent.
I traded ape back in the day, what, year and a half, 2 years ago somewhere, and I did very well trading ape, and it was a good moving coin to trade.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been really since the bear market hit, but it was good when it was back in 21 when things were rocking and rolling. It was a great, had a lot of action, had a lot of volatility.
Yeah. No, I mean, I had bought some on spot. And when it went so high, like I was like, all right, this thing's so overcooked, and was just printing bearish divergences after bearish, just stacking them up. And I thought I had a good short, and woo, I was wrong on that one, man. I mean, my spot bag made up the loss, but yeah, man, if it does that again, I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised. It's just my whole thing is, okay, now that Ape did that, what other coins are kind of directly attached to like an NFT project? I guess that would be the question, because Ape is attached to, Bored Apes, right? Like that's so.
Yeah.
I wonder another NFT project that has a coin attached to it.
Well, there's becoming a lot, and we don't know about them, but like let's just look at the Cardano blockchain alone. Within that blockchain and NFT project, there are tons of projects that have their own coin. Now, that coin is within the Cardano project. You got to go to MinSwap, and you have to know the Cardano ecosystem to be able to take that coin, go to Dex Screener, go to a way to get the contract address, and go and get that coin and move it over into your wallet. But there are, I'm going to guess, and I don't know the true answer, but I'm going to say hundreds of NFT projects that have coins. What we know is the big one, Ape, right? So, but there are a lot just in the Cardano ecosystem. Just off the top of my head, you have Bank, you have Risk, you have Hops now. Ryan's unforgettable name is coming on. Yeah, you just have a ton of them. But there's Cornucopias,
which is also on base.
Yeah. But it's interesting. I wonder if that's where it's all going. Not sure. But it's certainly something. I came into the space via. So somebody asked me the other day, what was your first NFT? And my first NFT was my own NFT. I created my first NFT before I owned anyone else's NFT, because I came into it as a hobby, as an artist, painting acrylic on canvas. And then I got into digital art. And once I was as a hobby into this digital art, and I found out that this NFT thing was coming, like, what is it? So I went into OpenSea, and I created my first, which is still in my MetaMask wallet. So my first NFT was my own NFT, and I learned how to turn my art into an NFT. And then it really got me excited, and I started buying NFTs. I thought they were really cool. Of course, that didn't really pan out for me. I think out of the thousands of NFTs I got, there's probably only 10 or 12 of them, maybe more than that, maybe 50 of them that are, good, have good value to them, so.
I had a good experience with Star Atlas. I remember I had 3 computers, and this was like my first shot at a NFT, which was crazy because it was like 4 ETH. And this is during the bull run, and I just got lucky and got some like alien ship, and I got it. Immediately after I got it, I put it on OpenSea, and the next day, it went. Yeah, I paid 3 ETH, and I sold it for 9. The next day, so I was like, okay, I'm out of here, But yeah, I have some. I'll be honest with you. I have some inmates. I have some lazy apes. I have some weird ones that I've gotten from that you just that pop up on your Phantom wallet. But I'll be honest. The ones that have done well for me are I call them mining NFTs. So I have a Flux NFT, and it makes me like $5 a month, but I paid $50 for it. So I just have it there, and every month I look at it, and I have $5 more of USDT. So,
Yep.
But
we have
ones.
The Bear. What is it? Biomix Bear Mountain Saloon, which is a mining NFT we own, and it's staked, and they're a Bitcoin mining company, and the earnings get paid out if you have the NFT to the stakeholder. And so, yeah, those are good. Who knows, right? But let me say hi to Piper. Good afternoon, Rick. What's going on, my friend?
What's up, brother? How you doing? You guys hear me okay?
Yeah. We got you, bro.
Yep. Perfect.
Looking sharp as always.
No, I don't know.
Looking sharp as always, man.
Hi, Piper.
What's up? How's everybody doing today? Sunday
Good.
fun day.
Yep.
Awesome. I was just sitting here reading the Kabisi letter. I do the subscription on the Kabisi letter, and they just put out their weekly report. It's a premium thing, but all members in our community, they get it. I share it with them. So, but they're talking about. Matter of fact, I'll share the screen so you can see it. Let's go to. That should work. Maybe.
And real quick,
Good.
Piper, I want to shout out Richard Berry on X. So he posted in the comments. So anybody who's watching on X, give us a comment. Of course, you can watch us on YouTube as well. We're dual streaming.
I dig that dude. He's such good people.
Oh,
There
yeah.
we go.
Richard's great.
Look, I got it. I figured it out. I'm on a different setup than I'm normally on because I have different profiles. So here we go. So this is the S&P, the Kabisi letter, and he's talking about the S&P for this week. And he's talking about it that it is open for a historic break above 6,000. You can see the trend line that he's talking about here. Key areas that we've been bouncing on, and even though it's pushing up on the Bollinger Bands, you can see that the RSI or the RSI that they're using at the bottom can go much higher. This can go all the way up into 80. It has before. So S&P poised for a continuation to the upside to 6,000. If that's the case, then we can definitely see that a possibility of Bitcoin getting that high too. So, or not, not that high, but going higher. So, oh, I got some bats for you there. Sorry about that.
It is Halloween. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, when you're looking at that with the S&P finding support on a very strong long-term trend line, it easily can go, hit that 6,000 mark. And if it's going to hit the 6,000 mark, I think Bitcoin goes a bit higher. I think we have at least until the elections for continuation of volume, momentum, and price action on all assets. And then, like I was saying earlier, in February 2025, we get the revisions. Because just so you guys know, just so you're tracking, the last job annual revisions that we got that took out like 817,000 jobs, and they revised it down like that much. That only went through last March. So everything from March on will be in the February numbers that they release in February 2025. And then don't forget those government job numbers, which over and over and over again, every time we see job numbers, government jobs are the only one that's really big. They only have to keep those on the books until the election. So you add that on top of jobs revisions, and we could see a very interesting Q1 2025.
So they only have to keep that on the books until the election?
Yeah, that's the only reason that they've added all those government jobs on there is to pump up the job numbers. I mean, you look at the FRED report, the Federal Reserve employment data or economic data, the FRED, they look at that number all the time and everything's down except for government jobs. Government jobs is the only thing that's really keeping the job numbers afloat.
Yeah. Yeah, you showed us that a couple of weeks ago, and that was pretty impressive, man.
Why would they keep it on after the elections? They only need to play the card game, the smoke and mirrors game until the elections. And especially if Trump wins, I guarantee you they're cutting that stuff before January.
Yeah. Yeah, you know that, man.
Yep.
So that brings up we do have Tuesday, November 5th is of course a Billy Goat Tales, Tuesday 9 p.m. on X. And we're going to have a special election edition Billy Goat Tales that day at 9 p.m. So it should be very interesting because, by 9 p.m. we'll have some good data to know what's going on. So we invite everybody to come and check that out because it's going to be just more like this, just off the cup. We'll try to have some people in like what is his name? Diligent. I'll try to talk with him. He's kind of a political X-Space guy, and I'll see if he wants to jump on with us for a little bit. But it's going to be kind of fun to see how it all plays out. We'll either be complaining or we'll be celebrating, one of the two.
You should try to set up an X-Space on your phone that you can also do a broadcast on Giver's Game visually and bring people on that. If they're in the chat, people can hear them. Because I think you can set up your broadcast as a mic source.
Well, I'll have to talk to you about that. We can stream the both like we are now to X.
Antonio can figure that stuff out, man. He's cluck. He's cluck-tastic.
Yeah. Or Jimmy Jim. Jimmy Jim can figure it out too.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm
Oh.
still battling.
What are you battling, Jimmy?
The neighborhood.
Jimmy multitasking. He's trolling the ARB HOA voting. I guess there's some vote going on.
Yeah, it's for the HOA board. And I just posted that people shouldn't vote for a lady, and everybody's losing their shit, and it's quite entertaining. That's all.
Yeah, some other things to keep an eye on as we get into the elections and the exposure, the curtain being pulled back to the great Oz that we call the U.S. government is the oil prices too. This is also in the report I was just looking here. Oil prices are falling below $70. I mean, look at oil fall, and it's at a critical support right now, which is right over there. Right over there. That's Billy. He looks beautiful.
Yeah, we got multiple people that have disability, so trying to figure it out for you, man.
Hey, maybe
No
we
worries,
should
bro.
have an online tip jar for anybody who uses certain language, and then they have to put an ADA donation in.
There we go. So you can see on the left-hand side there, that's the oil, and oil demand is just dropping. WTI crude oil closed the week at 8.84% lower at $68.77 a barrel, which is that's insanely low. And with everything going on in the East right now, in the Middle East, we should be seeing higher oil numbers, right? Like historically, we've had high gas prices, high oil numbers when we have conflict in the Middle East. We're seeing the demand for oil just drop, which is not good. So, and then of course, natural gas hits a 1 month low on weather outlook. So because they're thinking it's not going to be as cold, so natural gas not doing well either. So, and then of course there's gold. Look at gold. Look at it go. He's calling for $2,800 gold in the next couple of weeks. So,
Yeah, Peter Schiff is happy, isn't he?
right?
Yeah, dude. You know, I pretty much agree with everything that guy says, except his stance on Bitcoin. But everything else, he seems to be, on the money. And that's just my humble opinion. But when it comes to Bitcoin, he annoys me. He annoys me. I always DM or not DM him, but respond to his posts, and a couple of times he's responded back. But it's like, doggone, man, if we can get that guy on Bitcoin. But you do know his story. His story there was he could have got into Bitcoin when it was sub $1.
Super cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, pennies. And
he missed his chance. His son got in. He didn't. He missed his chance.
Yeah.
So he's bitter.
I think so. I think he's bitter on Bitcoin.
Yeah, this is the level that I'm watching right now. So if you put this on a 5-day, you can see that we had these levels that I was watching closely. We had a low, we had a high here, we had a lower high, lower high, lower high, right? Of course, lower lows. That was absolutely a downtrend all the way from the all-time high in March. I've got my fibs on here, and these fibs are trend-based fibs that go all the way back to the low of 2018 to the high of 2021 to the low of 2022. And so they're trend-based, running off of a low to high to a higher low, and then they give you trend-based fib extension based on that trend, right? You can see we actually wicked at the all-time high in March directly on the 887 cleanly for a fallback. And so the one thing that I'm watching now on the current time frame is that if we close this 5-day candle right here, which will close on Thursday, this will close on Thursday. If we close this and it's not just another wick up higher than this level here, then we have definitively created a clean confirmation of a higher high, which is very bullish to my point, in my opinion. But one thing that I've been watching here is this pattern, this downward channel that we've been in. I've been telling people on the show, this is where your mom buys Bitcoin, and this is where you should have been buying Bitcoin, right? So this range in here, just noise, right? Down here, if you had picked up any time in the green, you would have been doing great. And normally, and historically here, going back to March, several months now, if you were in the red, you just didn't buy there. Look for a short. Well, we've now broken that trend. That's a good thing. We have now on Chart Prime's Market Dynamics Pro here. It's printed an auto printed rising wedge here. And we got a confirmation right there. That's that green dot. It's Smart Target, which is an AI algorithmic smart target. They're giving that smart target here at about 73,477, which ironically enough would put us right back at the 887, which was what? Our previous all-time high. So it is pretty interesting what's fallen here in the way of confluence currently. I'm watching it close. I got a long going on Bitcoin right now. I got a long going on Dog Rune right now. So, making some money on those. And I did pick up 2 whole Bitcoin back down in the green range, along with some Solana, Sui, Tia, Link, stuff like that. So this is just what I've been watching. I've been watching this whole downward play here, along with all of the economic data, all the reports that I get, all the research I do for our community, and then passing it on to everyone as much as I can. But right now we are looking short-term, near-term bullish, in my opinion. So.
Oh, heck yeah, man. I mean, yeah, you should pick up all that. Well, I know you moved. I know a few weeks ago you kind of sold some positions, and I'm like, ooh, man, I some of those altcoins like ripped, and I had a couple of them, but I didn't have most of them, and I
did not see a loss of my money from 63,000 all the way to 50. So
true that, man. Amen to that.
I protected a lot of wealth, trust me.
Well, I moved a lot too because of that space we had with you. So, but it was more on not on the crypto side, on the protection on the fiat side. I moved a gob because, hey, if we're going into a recession, I would rather only make 4 or 5% than lose some of that principal.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That was a good call, and I appreciate that, brother, because that was right.
Yeah,
right.
I think some of it might have been a little bring back Bearish Piper retro bike. I love you, bro. I would say that some of that stuff may have been a premature call because the data at the time absolutely was saying that. But then we got into those Friday job numbers that came out on that Friday, and I will tell you, there's something not right about those jobs. And Meet Kevin has now said it. I said it on the Friday. Meet Kevin said it on Monday. And now other people are starting to go down, dig into the Fred report. You get down to like tab 18, and there's a discrepancy in the House poll versus the actual numbers reporting, where the seasonal workers of teachers who just went back to school were on one report and not on the other, which is typically so they got double counted as job numbers being back in school and job numbers that because of their government stipend stuff that they get. So they came in on the government side and the normal job side. So all the teachers in the U.S. got double counted. Keep an eye on that. I guarantee you, we're going to see a crazy revision, and the next one comes out right after elections, wouldn't you know?
Imagine that. Imagine that.
So, yeah, there's something to miss there, but right now, you trade the trend, right? All the data that's out there, you have to trade the trend, and I traded the trend when it was going down. Now I'm trading the trend on the way up. So,
yeah. So what are you seeing? I know we're all kind of bullish, generally speaking. We know we're beginning the bull run. We understand that. But say in the next 2 days, what's the charts telling you, Piper?
That $73,887 range. Right. Can I get it? Right there. Yeah. Right there. That.
So
right
70,
there, that range,
73.
73.
Okay, that line. I gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Could you see that smart target that's on here from Chart Prime? That dash line up?
Yeah, it's very faint. Yeah, but I can see it
line
now.
up right there.
Yep.
So that line is a smart target breakout. The algorithm measures the approximation based on the chart pattern that it identified. And we got a confirmation breakout of this on 16 October, so 4 days ago, and its target sitting right below my platinum pocket. That platinum pocket, like I said, is the all-time high. So I could see us absolutely going up to retest that. Now, question is how many people are going to go, not this time, and sell at this level, thinking that they're outsmarting the market And when you think you out the market where you want it at, you know what typically happens.
That's going to be some heavy resistance right there for sure.
Facts.
Yeah.
But I also think that you're going to have people that sell that level thinking that they outsmarted the market, and then it's going to pump in spite of them selling it off. So would not surprise me at all to see it pump above that. If it goes above that, I'm looking for the 1-to-1 line, which is coming in at $81,000.
Gotcha. That was you, Polio, with the background noise. Just so you know, I muted you, so you unmute when you go to speak. There's some background noise going on.
Now, the thing to watch for the elections, Billy, and for all the viewers right now, the thing to watch for the elections, it won't matter if it's Trump or Kamala. There might be some local volatility on the day of the election, the day before, the day after, so on and so forth. But what you really got to watch for is we need to see a broken party across the three branches. So, Dems, Republicans, or Republican, Dems. If we have all three leaning one way or the other, the markets will sell off. As long as there's division between the House and the Senate, it gridlocks them. They can't do a whole lot. Investors like it when politicians have their hands tied with bipartisan issues across the aisle. So that's going to be the big thing to watch.
I haven't paid attention. Or is there a chance that either party can win it all? Is there even a chance out there? Is it close enough in the Senate and in the House that one party can dominate it?
I don't think right now. I think that we take the Senate and maybe the presidency, but I think that we at least get throw in that wrench to the single partisanship agreement across the three branches. Because when you get all three of them, they can do whatever they want, and the investors hate that. They want to see that break in the unity of the three branches there. What'd you have there, man? I saw you up there about to say something.
No, Piper, you said it, but I honestly think I just have this feeling like Kamala is a little more pro crypto because she's trying to scope for votes, right?
Smoke and mirrors, man.
Even spell crypto.
She came in a lot later than Trump did. A lot later. And Trump started first. So I got to give that to him. RFK Jr. started way before Trump. So, in that order, that's my kind of pro crypto list. But Kamala is definitely on the lower end of that list. And I'll send it over to you.
But investors in general, regardless of who wins the presidency, they'll be really bullish if it's Trump. But they will not. We won't see a market crash if Kamala does win, as long as the Republicans take something in the decision-making process. That is really what people want to see. What's going to matter the most is going to be that Q1 data that we get and that job revisions data in February, and then the reports that come out for job numbers in November after the election. Because, like I said, they only got to keep that smoke and mirrors game up until the election. That's it. After that, they can go, okay, yeah, we cut a bunch of these. They'll do it for this reason. You ready? We cut a bunch of the government jobs out because we're trying to get the deficit under control. Trust me, that's all they got to do. That's it. ... End of conversation, and they have justification for cutting all those numbers out that they've kept in here for a year before the election. So,
yeah, that's definitely coming. I can hear it now. If that happens to play out with the win that way, that's definitely coming, no doubt. It's interesting how that Fred site that you pointed out on our X Space a few weeks ago, I've gotten into that and started watching it a little more. It's good stuff. And I don't know if you were on here earlier when we just started our stream. We did bring up Google Trends, and that's interesting data too. Because when you start seeing Bitcoin or crypto up in the top tier of that, I think it's at 80 right now. If it starts to raise up in the top 10, that's just another confluence that we're in this bull rally, right? And so it's a non-technical way to confirm your intuition and where we're at in this marketplace right now. So it's very interesting stuff. We also brought up DeFi Llama. I had that up on the screen too.
Crux loves that.
I love that. I love it. It's so much data. Like you could spend behind the scenes a couple hours dissecting that stuff. It's
Sure.
so interesting, but it does give you a nice, great landscape of what's going on kind of underneath the hood. And that's what I liked about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about Ethereum right now?
Uh,
I got a
Waking up.
chart. I got a chart for you.
Go ahead,
Um,
Fred. Go
So
ahead,
this
man.
is the and Piper. I was waiting for you to kind of say something about ETH because it's been sleeping for so long. Everybody's waiting for it to wake up. And to be honest with you, in November, so over the last nine years, ETH has only been green 1, 2, 3, 4 out of those 9 years, and then in halving years, in 2020, the last halving, ETH was up 58%. So I'm expecting ETH to make a major comeback here at the end of the year. I think it's going to happen because it's the perfect setup. I mean, it's been going sideways. We've seen a little bit of bump lately. I think it got up to what, $2,700. I don't know if it's still there or not, but yeah, $2,700. I mean, I could see it, definitely pumping pretty good for the end of the year. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that we have definitely some good levels that we can hit. But we'll go ahead and bring it up here, and I'll show you what I'm watching on here. So we did have, and I showed you guys this earlier about the smart chart patterns that our Market Dynamics Pro does, and we had a breakout here. Now, mind you, we did come back up on a crazy V-shaped recovery back in July of this year, right back to the level that it was that it broke. But we did have a smart call breakout of this, and that level was about 26.89, where we currently are at right now. We obviously hit it way back here, but that level there is a 382 on the fibs, and that's been our resistance going back now since August 8th. We're at that level right now. Now, some levels that we have to watch here, obviously, for resistance. We do have the dynamic reactor. It's a moving average, algorithmic moving average that's coming in right now at about 2680-ish, we'll call it. And then the other level above that is this blue trend line. So let's talk about that one for a second. Let me pull off my fibs here, turn off the fixed range, get rid of all this noise. There we go. Let's talk about this level here. So this trend line goes back to November of 2022. And it was really a strong level of support for price action coming up out of the bear market. And then it was a break below it that it was our resistance for a good month and a half almost. And then it became our support again. We broke it. It was our resistance. We're heading back up to that. And currently that's coming in at about $3,000. If you like psychological numbers, there's your psychological number. But that would be the level that I would really be watching for that resistance. Now, the level that line that you see below there, that is that's an old trend line that goes back to July of 2020. That has really been the level. So I'm going to keep this on here because I have a feeling at some point in the future, 2025, 2026, this might be our floor that we come back to test in later, post bull run. So I'm going to keep that on there. But right now, this blue trend line, definitely a level to watch. And when you look at the all-time highs, we got rejected cleanly up the top here back in February, March time period when Bitcoin hit its all-time high in the golden pocket. I think that if we get back above this line, we're going to the platinum pocket. That would be a $4,600 Ethereum. Of course, that's all dependent upon Bitcoin. So there you go. That's what you got to watch for. But yeah, we're looking at this. These fib lines also, by the way, guys, also pulled from the low of 2020 to the high of 2021 to the low of 2022. So this is another trend-based fib, and they're great. They're great. I love trend-based fibs. So
Yeah, I think Jimmy's a big ETH guy. Jimmy got a big bag of ETH. I got a fair bag, not a huge bag, but whenever that was on your chart there, Piper, that I bought my ETH, the biggest chunk of my ETH at $850. So I think that was 2020 I can't remember when that was. If you pull up your chart again, let's see when it was $850.
Several times.
I would have had to been
It was
November.
The latest time.
2020.
The latest time. Was it 2020?
latest
I think it was
time that it
November
was
2020.
50 would have been
September
in
October?
2022, June 2022, when we were
Yes.
hitting the line right
Okay.
there.
Yeah. I pulled the trigger because I figured, wow, because it was at what, over 4,000 in the bull, and it got down underneath 1,000.
Yep.
And I just took the gamble, man. It just seemed like that would be a good time.
I got into mine at about 1,075 on part of it, and some of it around 997. So
wow,
$100
man, wow.
Yeah, so I was way in profit when I said I'm getting out of this in the $3,000, $3,200 range, way in profit.
Yeah.
Like I said, I protected a lot of wealth on the rest of that downturn that we had.
Yes, you did, man. Yes, you did. That was a good call. It was a good call.
For those of you that are loving Army Piper's flow and information, make sure you check out that pin post, Piper Academy Team's YouTube channel. If you're not already a subscriber, please make sure you subscribe. They've got several channels. I mean, Piper, what time do you go live in the morning? I know there's LBC.
We have one
early.
channel, but we have multiple shows. It's a network.
Yeah.
We just need to call it the Piper Network at this point. But we have Good Morning Crypto. They come on in the morning. I think it's 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, it's not that one. It's 7.
I can check.
30 Eastern Standard Time. It's one before I even wake up over here in the Mountain Standard Time. But Piper Academy, the morning market report that I do, that comes on at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at night, we have the Crypto Nightcap, which you know all about that. So does Billy. By the way, Billy, dude, you're $300 super chat. Really, bro? I love you, man.
Giver's game, baby. Giver's game. Giver's game, man.
Yeah, in the Billy Goat Tales Discord, we have a daily show schedule section, and yeah, I'm looking at Lunar Beach's live on the Piper Academy. You said Piper Network on the.
It's Piper Academy still, but we might need to change the name. But we've got the whole alumni. There's a lot of the alumni in the chat right now, so shout out to everybody.
Yeah. So it goes on at 6:30 Eastern, and once again, there's a daily show schedule. Many of the Billy Goat Tales friends and family channels, we have their shows on show schedules in there. It's Crux of Crypto helped me set that up, so thank you, Crux. Shout out to him. We've got yourself, like you said. Let me see, 9:30 Eastern. Then we have Infinite Crypto that goes on at 12 Eastern. We got Alex O. Well, he goes on in the morning now. I think we need to update that schedule. But then we have Sin City.
Yeah, he's on in the morning now.
Sin City's on at what time, Billy? I'm looking at Central Time on my Discord.
2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
There you go.
Sin City. Yeah.
So make sure you follow Piper Academy, which may change their name to Piper Network. We'll find that out. But thank you for being with us, and make sure you follow them.
Are you kicking him off, Tony?
No, of course not. You got all the sound effects. Of course I'm not kicking him off. We love having you here, man.
Yeah, that's my alumni. You know what I mean?
There you go, man.
Check. Is this thing working? Is this thing working yet?
Yeah, Dave.
We hear you, Dave.
Oh, shoot.
Can't see you.
Yeah.
Can you guys?
It's
kick
all right.
me
We had to
off?
get.
I need
We're
to
on the back.
kick me off.
There you go.
Wow. That was fast.
Didn't have to say that 3 times.
Was that Andrew?
You guys be nice.
This ain't no damn Beetlejuice over here.
Andy. Well, thank you for coming up, Andy. It's
Yeah,
great
we love
to
you, girl.
finally put a face to your voice. I've talked to you on the phone
Bye,
several
Andy.
times.
Goodbye.
And thank you, Alexandra G, for helping us out in this Discord. Obviously, you're throwing some pinned posts up there. You're kind of guiding us through how we can manage that too. So thank you for being here with us. Thank you for all of us. We've got Retro Mike Tech in the audience. We got Melissa, Mark Dutch, Mike Volmer, Jay Violet, Jessica's now in the chat. Trade Intuition, what's going on, Joe? Who else we got here? DDT, Darren Does Things. Buck is with us here today. Crypto Maniac.
Yeah, we got Jessica in the house too.
We got Show Jess.
Yeah, we got Show Jess in the house.
Oh, nice. RMT, man, if you want to come on up, come on up. The same with you, Joe. We shared the link. Let's see. I'll share it again. You just
I'll
want
go
to
find it and put it in the pin post.
Yeah.
So
Well, we
Rick,
saw
one of the
Dave for a
things that
second.
I've been go ahead, Jimmy.
No, just saying, video came through for Dave for a second and then turned off.
Doggone. There it
There he
is.
is.
He's back.
There's the double D.
Hello.
The double D's in the house.
What's going on, y'all?
So Rick, one
What's
of the
up,
things that
Budget?
I've been looking at is the heat map, and it's kind of crazy how like I see liquidity and then it just kind of disappears, but we do have quite a bit of liquidity at well, we have some above that we're going to take for sure, and that's at that 69.4 level. So and I'm doing this on a 3-day, so it's a little bit.
I was getting ready to
Yeah.
ask what time frame are you looking at? Yep.
Yeah, I'm doing it a 3-day. 69.2, you got about 346 mil. So I mean, we're pretty close to it. And then if you go look at the 67.3 range, that's where we kind of starting to build something there, and that's at 409 mil. So
That's the
We're-
target on
we're-
my breakout that I just showed too.
yeah. So you're looking at a heavy amount of liquidity there. I mean, I'd still say we're gonna probably hit that 69.2, maybe even wick up to that 69.4 just to sweep that, because you got about 360 mil, 287 mil. So I think a sweep of that, because we're just so close. But I mean, I don't know, man. A lot of people think that we're gonna hit an all-time high before the end of this month, and I'm not on that train. Not yet, at least.
Alex,
Do you have-
crypto.
Do you have
We got
the
Alex on the house.
heat map, Rick?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now, brother.
Okay.
Otter gang.
I could have pulled it up. Sorry, I should have pulled it up. Go ahead, Rick. I'll let
Yeah,
you pull it up.
and that
So look,
StreamYard.
yeah, what he's looking at here on the heat map, you've got this big hot area at the bottom here, right? That's really fat. But if you like mouse over that, you can see it's like 44.2, 46.7, 49. We'll just call that one 50. So you're about 190 there, $230 million down there. But if you go and look up here above, we've got a 23 million, a 49 million, another 40 million. So there's a lot more liquidity below us than above us, but I think that we go up to hit that level first, which would put us back on that chart that I was showing you on Bitcoin. That would put us right up here around the 73 range. So I think that we're going to get up to here and then pull back. I'm just not sure how long that's going to take. But when you look at the heat map, that level that they're talking about on here is about 70,000. So it may not make it all the way to that targeted goal there. Looking at where this is at, but if we bring this in and we look at the weekly, this is where it starts to get interesting, because on the weekly we had the big chunk up there. Did that change? Yeah, it did. Okay. Oh, it's a 2-week one. That's what I meant to go to. If we look here, we got a big hot heat map up here around 70,000. We don't really have anything on the higher time frame. It's just you got little waves of color. There's like 67 million there. There's like about 140 down there in that range of about 64,000. But really, the only hot spot we have is about $70,000 range. So looking at it from the heat map perspective, I'm seeing upside first before we see anything close to a downside move. So
Nice.
Yeah. Do you think an all-time high before the sweep down?
I
Or
think
you think
we
that 69 is
retest
gonna
the all-time
pull
high.
Yeah, that's
I think
what
we
I'm on.
retest. I don't know that we break it.
That's what I've been thinking.
Joe, what's going on, man? Good to see you, brother.
Same.
What's your opinion? Jump on in.
No, I concur. I'm right there with y'all. I think it's going to go up. I hit the levels, come down pretty hard, trick everybody thinking, oh, we're going to 40, 44, then come back up. But it's not going to go down that low, though. They come back up, fake everybody out again to come back down, and then to come up. And then now we're looking at 100, 120, long term, of course. But I think it's just going to be a lot of fake outs going up, faking everybody out, coming down, faking everybody out, up, but a lower high this time, then possibly a lower low before it breaks them and goes up. But that's just, we'll see. We'll see.
What's your support for the lower low? What are you thinking?
Let me look. Let's go Bitcoin. I'm going to share my chart as well.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Share.
While he's doing that, Alex O Crypto said, "How about that ETH?" We already talked about that, Alex. Where were you?
Yeah.
Tell me you were late to
Alex
class
Slackton.
without telling me you were late to class.
Tell me you were changing a dirty diaper.
That's
Without
what he's
telling me.
doing. He's a new daddy, man.
All right.
Oh, can you bring it up, Joe? Let's see. Add to stage. I gotta
yeah.
add that. There you go. There you go.
All right. So in reference to this, this is what I'm thinking that might happen. Of course, nobody knows, but what I'm thinking is going to happen. Right now, we're doing this number. So let me just clear this up a little bit. So right now, we broke the daily high, which was our targeted high, and then we're coming up to our weekly high, which again is our targeted. Right now, we're in the internal structure, so we can go up and down all at once. But what I'm thinking, what might happen is we come up, we touch the weekly high, maybe even break above it just to fake everybody out, then come down fairly hard, possibly go to our 4-hour fair value gap to come up, once again faking everybody out, producing a lower high and just breaking above this one, then coming back down to take some of this liquidity, maybe even a little bit lower, and then now we go and we start making higher highs and higher lows. But all this right here is just so the market makers can take all the liquidity, fake everybody out. Everybody starts doing shorts. As soon as it gets here, they'll start doing shorts, and then market makers will flip it to get all that liquidity, and then same thing, come back down. Now it's going to go to zero. Everybody gets stop loss once it comes up. So that's my thought process. We'll see. But right now, I was really surprised. I'm actually in a short for Bitcoin. I entered a short like 2 days ago, I think, right around here. I entered a short. It's like, all right, we're we created a high. We have the possibility of it going above it, because that's a targeted. I was like, let me just short it just to see if I can make some money in case it comes down to here to the 4-hour fair value gap. Started coming down, and then came up. Once it broke this level, I was like, oh man. And now it's starting to do little higher highs and higher lows. But there's all this area right here that the price can come down to really fast. So I'm just waiting. I got my stop loss, so that's the important thing.
Oh yeah. Because it's hard to see what's that move up from your entry was how much?
Oh,
from your short entry.
From my short, I got from here, so it's about almost 2%.
Okay.
And then, of course, I told my community, I said, if it breaks this level of this 1 hour low, this is a strong low. So if it does come down, hopefully it bounces for, to continue the longs. But I think it's going to break this at 67.6. So let me go ahead and just make this a little bit larger so everybody can see it. So at 67.6 is where we have our support. If it breaks the support, then this will be a nice area to short, because then, of course, we might come down to this area, right around 63.6 to 63. But it's not recommended to short before then. I happen to do it up here, and then, of course, it came up, created this strong low. So it's like, all right, for everybody else, this will be the good spot.
Nice.
Yeah, that's actually very similar to the level that pullback that you were talking about. That's pretty much on line with Lunar Beach's crypto. He did a Elliott wave count, 2 bullish scenarios, 2 bearish scenarios in our Discord, and one of his bearish scenarios lines up with that. So,
oh, nice.
With a pump in November from there. So,
Yeah, so it's on little short scalps or short little time frame trades where you can see the setup is perfect. You have all the confluences that meet your own personal style. I get it, but it's for me, man, we're in this rally, right? Like look at that
Right.
trend line, man. Look at that trend line. If you zoom out, we're in this rally. I get a little nervous, even on those little short scalps, because you just don't know all this news, all this information, all this movement. Look at like what Ape did over because of Ape Fest and what's being told at that conference, what all those people heard, what their future is. You have all those small circles going around, and I understand it. Hey, the charts are the charts. Show me the charts, I'll show you the news type of thing. I get that, but we are in this big trend, right? So I get a little nervous. So I'm not like you guys. I don't trade every single day, right? So I'm more of a take my time doing some analysis and don't jump in I don't jump in every day. But so how do you handle that? I'll go to you first, Joe. Like you know that we're in this trend. We're beginning this bull. You know that you've been in this game a long time. So how do you keep that psychological piece in check when you're making those trades?
Yeah, for me, it's just level by level. I could have a bear scenario or a bullish scenario, but my levels tell me. So it's kind of like the charts would tell me what's going to happen. So if you just break it down to that most simplistic form, if I have support and it breaks support, okay, it's going down. If I have resistance and it breaks resistance, okay, it's going up. So that's how I treat it. I mean, the long term here, it's nothing but bearish, lower highs, lower lows. Then on the internal structure, you can see we're starting to do higher highs, higher lows where we could break this weekly. And if we do, then there's a chance where now we might start doing higher highs and higher lows, changing the trend. But all it is just level by level. That's how I treat it.
Got you. What about you, Piper?
So once it takes off, if I didn't get in the position and I'm not 100% confident that we're in a trend yet, then I will just not be in a position. Sometimes not being in a position is a position.
Right.
But there's also, you got strategies like you can ladder in. I'm going to go ahead and put in 5% of my account right now into this, right? Or 5% of what I'm looking to invest, right? So if it's $20,000, I'll throw in $4,000 right now, right? Or I guess that would be more than 5%, but you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can ladder in. If it goes down, then I'm just lowering my entry. And if it goes up, then I'm just, I'm writing that and I'm making money on what's already exposed. So don't FOMO in. I mean, if you ape in all at once, you're probably looking at setting yourself up for disappointment tomorrow morning when you wake up. So one big thing though, you were talking about the psychology, and I want to show this here. If you pull up my screen, just switch over to my camera. I dropped this link today to our community there in the Discord, but it's Master of the Trading Psychology. It's called Trading in the Zone. I know you talked about this book before on Billy Goat Tales, but this is an audio book. You can go to YouTube, type in Trading in the Zone. It's an audio book with visual word by word. So you can, if you can't listen to it, you can sit there and at least, read it as it comes up. But it's the full 6-hour audio book of Trading in the Zone. And there's a lot of key stuff in there on psychology. But at the end of the day, it's just, if you missed your entry and you're not 100% on it, then let it come back to you. Set your entry and look for it. But if you really feel like I must have exposure on this and you don't have any currently at the time, then go ahead, give a little bit of exposure, put in a percentage of your account, your amount that you're wanting to put in, and then you can ladder that stuff in as you go. So, but yeah, that's the best way to do it. Control your FOMO. That's really what it's about. So
that was really the hardest part for me, even back in the old days, in the 80s, when I was trading in the 80s, where I had to call my broker and had to do everything by paper. There was FOMO back then. So you have a group of people back then, and everything's on the phone, right? There's no internet. There is no internet in the 80s. So everything's on phone. So you're talking with your group like this right here, and we all were talking about this or that, which stock we're in and what's going on. And everybody has a little bit of the story. Nobody has the whole story back then. And so you would piece your stories like a puzzle together, and then everybody on the phone would be like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, this is." And remember, we just had gotten call waiting or dual calling before. It was like you'd hang up the phone and call the other guy, get the rest of the puzzle piece. And I remember getting burnt like lots of times because the FOMO and the psychology was, this is going to hit, man. This is going to be the one. This is going to be the one. Today it's a little easier with the technology piece. But I still, one of the biggest things I had to overcome was just treat it like math, man. When you add 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 3 2s is 5 times 2 is 10, and you get 10. It all adds up. Confluence on whatever you're using, whether you're using, pulling a fib, whether you're using VWAP, whether you're using money flow, whether you're using whatever you're using in your own style. 221, whatever it is, and you hit those things, then that's when I go in. That's when I go in for my trade. I got to see my confluences hit, and I go in. What do you guys think? What was it? Was that Friday night? Was it or Saturday when we had that big Bitcoin run here, the recent one here? What do you think was? Did you do any research on that, Piper, as to what that buying was all about and why that occurred? Was it institutional buying, country buying? What have you found anything out about that?
I think it was just the sentiment of the markets in general. Gold was moving, which oddly enough, that is a hedge to safety, flight to safety, right? You also had at the same time the Dixie moving up. You had treasury yields coming back down, which tells me that people were buying treasury yields. But then you hit all-time high on the NASDAQ and all-time high on the S&P. I just think there's a lot of global liquidity right now that is just people are trying to figure out what to throw it at, and they're throwing it at everything because no one is certain about the future of any of it. So when you see the Dixie pumping, gold pumping, markets are pumping, Bitcoin's pumping, the US dollars, but like when you see everything pumping, it's global liquidity being thrown at the wall. So
yeah. And that reminds me of kind of what's going on in the meme coin category right now. I watched a few data-driven videos on meme coins here lately. It's pretty remarkable. For me, I look at the memes as my moon bag, and hey, I'll get this one a shot, and throw whatever at it, and if it hits, it hits. But it's more of a moonshot, right? It's not like I say. I have 3 bags. I have my trading bag, I have my hodl bag, and then I have my DGen bag, right? The moonshot bag. And so I'll throw some at it, but I've been thinking these memes are kind of run their course. They've been hitting all year. And truly the data is showing something different. The data is showing these memes are just getting started. And there's some really great websites that break that down. I need to get them prepped. We're on this show here. We don't know what we're talking about. We don't have an outline or a business plan or anything. We're just talking. But there are some really good websites that show kind of like the breakdown of what's going on with the memes. And I'm telling you, I got a feeling that we're going to see a lot of memes on the Nacho on KRC20. That Nacho coin from mint, when we minted it, we're up 20x. It's up. It's up. So it's and that was more of a moon bag too for me, by the way. I'm not telling anybody to go buy that thing whatsoever. I'm just saying that was my moon bag, and it's.
I got
what do you
people
think? So what
on the screen right now?
Yeah. What do you think of the memes?
I am the representation of the people buying memes right now in the market. They just
No, Piper, no,
right
that's
now.
horrible. Stop. No.
Are you buying memes?
Here I am
That's
waiting for
much
my
better.
ETH to hit
That's much
$4,800 again. So
Holy shit! Now you look like Billy.
Come on, man. I'm not that bad.
Dun, dun, dun.
So
Yeah,
you
I
know
think
what
the
I
memes are
think?
going to keep running. I think it's just getting going on the memes. I think not only the ones that we've seen, but there's a lot more that are going to come out, especially now that AI is just now starting to create them, and it's going to create them way better than us.
Well, I said it on the stream on Tuesday night that I firmly believe the whole meme coin thing that is the retail, right? Everybody's like, "Where's retail? Where's retail?" Well, they're down here in the damn meme section,
and
and
they're
that's
flushing
because
from one to another.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's all they're doing.
I mean, the Bitcoin and the ETH not doing 10x's and 20x's. People aren't into that. They're not into slow and steady. Everybody needs a Hail Mary. So I firmly, again, I said this on the stream on Tuesday night. I am really interested to see after Bitcoin does its thing, what the flow looks like after that. Because BlackRock, we all know these big institutions are holding a ton of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And we might see those first two steps. You might have some BlackRocks and Fidelities selling some Bitcoin and rolling it over into Ethereum and so forth. But what happens after that? I mean, you think BlackRock's going to be rolling funds into frickin' Pepe and Dog with Hat and stuff like that? I mean, I think the answer to that is no. So I'm really interested to kind of see if and how the altcoin market is really going to be affected, this run. I mean, I think everything's going to go crazy, across the board. I mean, when it gets going, but is that flow going to really flow out of Bitcoin and Ethereum down to the other 14,000 tokens out there? That's the thought that's in the back of my head right now.
And one
Yeah,
thing,
when it
guys,
goes, it's going to go, man. It's going to go fast, hard, in a hurry too. So.
Well, and that's
one
the
thing,
other thing I told everybody: get an exit strategy. You better know that right
yeah.
now. You don't have an exit strategy. By the time that stuff pops off, you're still trying to figure out what to do, and you're losing money.
I tell you what, last season, of course, I was listening to everybody, and everybody's saying, oh, it's an extended season, it's going to do this and that. So when I wanted to sell, I was like, no, it's a dip. It's going to come back up, and it would come a little bit, and then it would go back down. It's like, but now, like I already have my strategy, and that's the biggest thing too. For me, my personal strategy on the daily time frame, when the moving averages get crossed. So when the 21-day moving average gets crossed on the daily time frame, I'm selling 25%. When the 50 SMA crosses on the daily chart, I'm selling 50% of the rest of the bag. When it crosses, the price action crosses the 200 SMA, I'm selling it all. I don't care. People say that, it's going to go up. This is, just a little setback. I don't care. I'll buy back in. I'll do trading at that point. But those are my long-term holdbacks, and I am not going to get duped again. Not going to happen. So that's my strategy.
Yeah, man. So like right now, Dogecoin, 7 days is up 27.8%. SHIB is up for 7 days, 8.4. Pepe up 11.3. You can go right on down the line on Coin Market Cap. It just seems like these memes have where I was looking at them as DGen coins and just no utility. It just seems like the narrative has taken over, and where I was thinking it was tapering off, I think now I was wrong. I think it's going to continue. I think the meme coin is going to continue, which leads into Redman. What you were saying at the beginning of the stream, I think is Redman. It might have been Poyo. I think it's you, Red, with the gaming narrative.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to want to take those profits and put them somewhere, right? So I believe, it's at the end, it's gaming and memes. Obviously BlackRock put it in memes, but the retail investor that makes money, they're looking for the next 20-30% gains, and they're not going to put it in something that's falling. So if you look at the money flow cycle, we do Bitcoin first, then it's in the ETH and the alts, and then it's in the lower caps, and then at the bottom it's in your degen plays, and then it cycles back up again. So it's just trying to find out where we're at in the market right now. Are we in expansion phase? Are we in an accumulation phase? Those are things that you have to ask yourself to make the right investment at the right time. Because once we get past February, everybody knows taxes is coming. And when taxes come, you can say bye-bye to your bags, and you're going to round trip them. So just watch out for that. But I'll send it back over to you, Billy.
69K, watch out. Bitcoin hit 69.
Oh,
Who's in a factory?
That's all right. As long as it's at 70,100 at 2 p.m. on Monday Central Time, I don't care. That means I'll win again.
And one thing, guys, that it's funny because now that I've gotten older, I always told myself I'm never going to be one of those people. I don't understand the youth. Well, yeah, now I'm one of those people now that I've gotten older, and it's the younger generation has been raised on instant gratification. Like, think about when we first got internet, we were on dial-up, right? And then now a kid, or if you had to do research, remember an encyclopedia, right? Look at an encyclopedia. Now I don't even have to go on the tablet. I could just ask Siri or ask Alexa. So, and I think that's kind of what's been driving these memes, because it's like these people are getting this instant gratification, and it's fine. It's just what ends up happening is the greed factor. It's going to go higher. It's going to go higher. It's going to go higher, and then diamond hands, and then my famous saying, the thin line between diamond hands and bag holder. There's a thin line between there, and you don't want to be the bag holder. So. We are, and it's so easy to make memes. I actually finally went to that Pump That Fun, and I was like, geez, this is, I don't think it's creating a good behavior. I think it's creating an insanely risky behavior. But how do you stop that with, attention for the younger generation? And, like when you go down the TikTok rabbit hole, you're looking at 5-10 second videos. So you want that instant gratification. And I think in trading, that's the worst thing you can do. Like people who can't wait for their position. I see people be like, oh, well, this is my target, but I didn't want to lose out, and then they're trying to ladder down into their position, and then they're like, oh, I'm only on 10 or 15x leverage. Then next thing you know, you're just trying to feed a trade so you don't get liquidated. And I think that's what we see a lot with the younger generation, the patience. I've learned this. You set your level, and you have to be patient enough for it to be hit. You can't just be like, oh, well, it's close. No, you have to set your level and then get in there. And I think that's what we're seeing a lot with these meme coins, is people want this instant gratification. They want to be immediately, they're not satisfied with a 3x. I'm sorry, but like, if you're in traditional markets, 3% is a good win, not 3x. So, I think that it's not promoting something that's what I say that can last a long time. It's not something that you're going to be able to maintain that type of movement, with that behavior. So, I don't know how we're going to fix that. But I know that the way that I learned, because I was there too, is getting wrecked. You get wrecked, and then you start to say, well, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. So that's what I'm seeing with the younger guys. But I'll tell you, I think some of the old school retail is starting to get back in the picture, and it's just because of the ETH, the way ETH has been moving. Look, if you look on the market cap for the 1 and the 7, we were up on the monthly, but ETH is outperforming BTC. I know in the 1 day and the 7 day isn't a lot of data. I'd like to see a monthly, outperformance, but for sure, we're gonna start. I think that we're starting to get a little bit of not the new school. I'm talking about the old school retail. And that's why we saw those movements on Axie Infinity, on Mana and Sand. I think that's kind of what I'm trying to figure out right now. Is I think that we are going to see some alt movement sooner than people think. I know a lot of people are thinking the end of
what is that noise?
Year. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that was.
Someone got some dogs
Oh, no.
fighting in the background, or
It's my dogs fighting. Yeah, they're playing.
well, maybe mute while you're not talking.
Dead dog.
Anything can happen on Billy Goat Tales Sunday bloopers.
Yeah. So
I'm like,
It's
maybe
okay,
those are
Dave.
some Halloween style sound effects or something going on.
and
So
I think
got
that's
something
what
to
makes
show you guys before I hop out of here. A couple of things real fast.
Yeah.
So, if I got time, if I
Yeah,
got
man.
time.
Yeah, of course.
So this is one of the charts that I watch all the time. It's got the Caprioli's the hash rate ribbon at the bottom. Let me move it over there. There we go. Let me move myself over. I'm like so far over. Why am I set? Sir, get over to the side, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. There we go. So you can see here on the left right here, right there. That is the Caprioli hash rate ribbon. And we did go into capitulation here during this period that we were down in the red of the Gaussian channel. We went into capitulation here, but we have triggered back a buy, which means that the miners hash rate has picked back up. But the interesting thing is that we went into a red post halving. We went into a red segment of the Gaussian channel on the 3-day, and you can see we did have a little small break here, but pretty much it was the bottom of the Gaussian channel as our support, and our resistance was the median, the 50% line of the Gaussian channel. So the thing that I'm watching right now is that we are about to break out of this. Now, is there a similar time in history that we've had this? There is actually right there in when we had the first big pump in 2021, and then we pulled way back and we went red. We had the median again, resistance. Once we broke through that, we continued up, and that's when we hit our all-time high. Now, the thing that I want to show on this is that we had from that bottom point of there up to that breakout was about a 133% move. If we just measured it from the Gaussian channel bottom up to the top, it's about an 85% move. So 85% upwards to 130%. Okay. Let's go over.
Hold on. So you can see right there, Army, that it broke out again right here. But if you back it up a little bit, you're out of it right there. Whoop, you passed it. Go back where you broke back out of the channel. So there, that's the all-time high. Keep going forward.
Yeah, that was the
now.
all-time high. We went back into red in the bear market.
Right, but there we go. We break out of it right there. Whoop, go back. No, the other way. Sorry. Just go forward in time. Go forward in time from 20. There you go. So we're out of it again a couple times, right? And we go out of it, keep going.
Well, yeah, this was the bottom of the bear market here.
Yeah.
So we went bullish again. Oh, you're talking about right here.
Yes, that's it.
But we never broke below it. It happens. The base of this is important. That's why I measured it back here off of the base, even though we went way down below it. So 80% to 133%. Okay. So if we measure this up from the bottom candle close up to the 133% range, that would put Bitcoin at about $125,000.
Let's go.
Okay. If we just measure it from the base and we go the 80% move, that would still put Bitcoin at around $100,000.
Let's go.
So there's some bullishness there for you on some historical data there. Do I have anything over here? No, I do not. That's my master chart. It's playing out beautifully. The other thing that I do want to show there, because I can't be all bullish and no bearish. I got to be a bear here sometimes. November 1st, guys, right before the elections, we get non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate coming out again. My problem with this is on November 1st for October, we're looking at going from 254,000 jobs down to 180,000 jobs. Forecasted that we're going to have that much of a drop in November. The reason that that's problematic is we're looking at a job number drop, first of all, which we know when you have that big of a drop in jobs, markets sell off, right? Two, it's right in the window of the elections. And when you have that type of thing happen around elections, when there's already volatility, it's going to add to the volatility. And then the last piece of that data, the last perspective on that piece of data is that this is October. This is when we do seasonal hiring and start bringing on more numbers for the holiday season. And we're seeing a drop instead of a pump in jobs. So there you go.
That's
very good
interesting.
point. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it's so true. Holiday season, the seasonal jobs come in, and if you see a drop, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's probably gonna really shake the market. So that is a good point.
That's what I'm saying. That was
about
November
11 days away. So
yeah.
Yeah. Do you think, because the Fed has wanted to see higher unemployment, right? All part of their inflation strategy to get down. So that was one of the numbers that were kind of hanging strong through all of this last year and a half or so, 2 years, was the employment was hanging pretty strong overall. And here we are now. That's a big drop. That's a big drop in non-farm payroll. So that would incentivize them to increase or decrease the Fed rate, right? So,
yep.
What's your projection on that? Everyone's saying 0.5 or 0.25,
already had it up.
0.5. Yeah.
So right now we did have it where it was there was a percentage chance that we were going to see no rate cut at all. It was going to be a pause. And that percentage was building up at one point. Now we have a 99.3% chance that we get 25 basis points. And we have a 0.7%. Right now, it's only 0.7% chance of 50 basis points. We have gotten rid of the rate pause completely. The only reason that they will do the rate cuts is if they are afraid that the Fed rate is going to hurt the economy through jobs, through labor numbers. So I think that they're seeing now that there is going to be some weakening of those labor numbers, and that's why they're now looking at no chance of a pause going back to 25 basis points, and you're starting to see that 50 basis point return. So I think that they're seeing that there's going to be some job numbers issues coming up next month also. So
yeah, I agree, man. I agree. Good fire alpha, Rick. Thank you, man. It's awesome.
You're welcome, bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Rick, I always love the macro stuff you do, man. You do it well.
I appreciate it.
Always appreciate it.
And I appreciate you guys also, but I'm going to hop off here. I got to go spend some time with the family and the dog and get some dinner ready and start making some spaghetti tonight. It's Mexican spaghetti on the charts with OC guy all week long. Sunday is spaghetti for dinner. So
nice.
Well, thanks for stopping in, man. Rick,
I gotta hop off. I gotta get back to my charts, but appreciate you guys very much.
Yo, thank you. Thank you, Joe.
Same thing with
Thanks
you,
for taking the time. Thanks for taking the time, brother.
Later, Rick.
Later, guys.
All right. See ya.
All right, guys.
I got to jump off here myself, Billy.
Yeah, man. We
I've got
can
a hard set, but I'll let you guys continue to go if you want to.
I have a question for you guys. Biomex, if you got to go, that's fine. But if we change parties, right, for the elections, the Republican, do you think Gary stays?
No.
No chance.
He's already said he's fired first day.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah.
Trump will fire him first day. He's gone.
Do you think Trump will fire him first day? Yeah,
He's already said it. He's already.
Oh, good. And the thing is, I think that will be a catalyst. I think that if that happens, and for all the XRP people, I think that'll be the day. Because I think inside the people inside the SEC are starting to kind of rear their turn their back on Gary with his stance on crypto. I mean, the appealing on a lost case. I mean, look, those lawyers don't want to have losses on their, on their records. So I think that I think people aren't saying it, but I think that you see that, and that's when the God candle will happen. I think you will see the God candle on XRP especially. I think on XRP especially, you'll see that God candle. And for people who think that it can't happen, we've seen it. What was it, 35 cents to 80 cents in an hour? I mean, that's pretty insane. So
As for the lawsuit, yeah.
yeah. So
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna get going here.
yeah,
Yeah,
It was-
I gotta go finish the Halloween display and
All right, goats.
30 pounds
All right,
or
y'all.
30 bags of ice.
Thank you all for joining us.
Hey,
Stopping in.
it's like a poster. The scary house. I want to see how good those are.
Yeah.
I'll blur out your house numbers.
I'll post us some stuff later once it's all operational. I've got a couple of new things this year that I've been working on.
Nice. All right.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping in.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Peace.
Good luck.
See ya.